All right, so good morning, everybody. Today, I wanted to brainstorm and talk about summer marketing opportunities with you guys because summer is the best month to be out and about. Winter, you're all like stuck inside and just wanting to get out, and that time's here. So, I want to make sure that we are using that to our advantage and loading our tool belt of clients and everything before the fall comes and we're back stuck inside again. So, I'm gonna share my screen so that you guys can see. I was going to use a whiteboard. The whiteboard didn't work. Tried to use the whiteboard on here, also didn't work. So we're just going to make a Google document with all the different things that we come up with. We're just going to write them all out and kind of talk amongst ourselves while we do it on different unique ideas that can get us to be top of mind. So this is all prospecting, and prospecting
Expecting.
is one of the most important parts of what we do because if we can't do this from the couch. If we're not out and about in front of people, we're never going to see the business. So a little bit about that. It came up on Ivy League yesterday as well. When you guys are starting out, how do you build a sphere of influence? How do you know who to market to? And for some people, what had come up yesterday was that and I think she's on the call today, is that you're not from this area to begin with. So you move here, you don't have a ton of connections, and you also are starting a business. Like, what are ways to get out and about and get seen? There's tons of people who enter this business. Myself, I was one of them with like 20 people in their sphere. And you're trying, like, how do you not hammer them so hard that they're like, stop texting me, I'm blocking you from my life? you know. So that's kind of what we want to look at and dive into ways to meet new people and add new people to your CRM. So I'm gonna hit share here. It's nothing fancy. It's just a Google document. But this I can actually kind of organize a little bit better than for you guys and send out to the group as well so that you have it as a resource for ideas. Okay. So what is a good starting idea? What is something that can get you out and about and in front of as many people as possible that would engage with you in conversation?
A community event.
Yes. Put bullet points on here, like I'm fancy or something.
Volunteering. But I guess that's probably the same thing.
It can be, but it can be separate too. So, community event, I think, could go into different categories. One of them is you can attend the community event and walk around and socialize with people. Little sidebar marketing opportunity. Wear your Iron Valley shirts every time or a name tag because just that alone is going to cause people to have conversations with you about real estate. So you can just simply attend the event as a regular person and communicate with people at the event, or you can volunteer in the event. For an example, is like my local carnival's happening. I'm going to be in one of the stands cooking. It's always so fun in the summer when it's hot and you're cooking on top of it. Like, yes, love it. But I do that to keep the old people from having to cook because I don't want them like falling over. Um, but that's what can be classified as volunteering in the event. You can also have a stand of your own in the event, right? So have a booth, we'll call it. And this could have like informational packets, different, like I've seen people do like little goodie bags. I think that that's the best. Like if you are sitting there with a booth and you just have marketing materials, people don't always come up to you. Okay. One of the things that went really well for me, if you have more than one person, this only works if you have more than one person, I promise. Tested it out, failed miserably, tried it again. Okay. Face painting. I wasn't a very good face painter, but if you have somebody who's kind of artistic that can do free face painting, you go get a paint kit. Like I would go to the Dollar Tree for my paint and just pick up every color in the rainbow. There's what, like 8 colors with black. I don't know. How many colors are in the rainbow? 7. And then like black and white. Yeah. That got recorded. I don't know how many colors are in the rainbow. Woohoo. But just pick them up, throw them in a bin, and then just paint simple things. The kids don't care. It can be a smiley face, a flower. It doesn't have to be like some crazy dinosaur or Minecraft character. Except the Minecraft character is pretty easy, just a little block of green with some dots. But it doesn't have to be perfect. The kids love it. Here's the thing about kids. Here's a secret ingredient to community events. If you find a way to lock the kids in, whether it's a game or face painting or anything like that, the parents are stuck. They're not moving. The kid's gonna want to keep playing, keep getting their face painted and all that, and they're stuck. So that's why you need 2 people. The person entertaining the kid in whatever form you're doing, and the other person talking to the parents. And either talk about real estate, maybe not talk about real estate, maybe just ask them how their day's doing, try to connect with them. We've all heard about all these stories, which we're not going into again, but just having a conversation about something random can lead into something else. For example, anytime I had done that, they'd be like, what is this company? Like they'd like look down at it and be like, who are you that's painting kids' faces? And they'd be like, oh, Iron Valley. And I'm like, yeah, real estate, like, sell houses. And all of a sudden then we'd end up in this whole conversation. You're not, by doing something like that, real estate's not what's getting them to you. It's just what they have to listen to. Listen to you on your soapbox for a minute. It's fun. All right. Is there anything else that I'm missing as far as attending an event, community event? What about sponsoring the event? If you can. So, and this can start small and grow, right? So you can attend the event the first year, volunteer at the event the second year, have a booth the next year, and then maybe you'll be making enough money that you're like, yeah, sponsoring this thing the next year. So you can like work at this and it can look different for everybody. Doesn't have to cost money to be an opportunity. What are some community events? Hold on, let's see if I tab. Try to fix this. Hold on. Bear with me for my dots. There we go. I'm going to create these as a sub thing. What are some community events that are happening? What types of events?
Community fairs.
Yes. And I just found out the Carlisle one made the news. I guess people thought it was fake, but it's really real. And then the news article was like, it's so real that it looks unreal or something like that. It was some corny thing. But that's a great opportunity. Everyone's talking about it right now. Get out there and attend it. It's probably too late to get involved much with it, but go attend it. Walk around and talk and visit and have your Iron Valley stuff in a pocket full of business cards. Carnivals. Some people it's just called carnivals. What else? What other types of events are there in the community?
Even like yard sailing. I've gone yard sailing and wearing Iron Valley shirt, and it kind of sparks conversations.
Listen, guys, what is one of the big reasons people have a yard sale? They're cleaning out their house to move. It's a moving sale, right? If they don't call it that, they just put yard sale in the thing. I learned that the hard way too. I learned things the hard way so you don't have to, but I was at a yard sale and my dad was like, you should see if they're selling. And then like 2 weeks after the yard sale it went on the market. I was like, ah, drat. So yeah, that's a really good one. It doesn't hurt to say, you can even just ask them, like, are you having a yard sale by chance because you're moving? What are they gonna say? No? Okay. Have a great day. Maybe you'll find some cool treasures along the way too.
I know
Gun
in Denver,
raffles.
there's a lot of street fairs that happen. Like they do the Brew Fest, they do all kinds of bar crawls and things like that, but those are other kinds of events.
Today's Jubilee Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
There you go. If you have nothing going on, go to Jubilee Day. Jubilee? Is that how you spell that?
No, it's an I.
Better?
Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
I remember a time when it wasn't so commercialized though. Jubilee Day used to be really fun.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
We've got raffles. I don't know if you guys think about raffles or something. I'm not typing gun raffles on here, but that is the kind of raffle that I meant because I live in Perry County. So, but there's a bunch of them. Like there was just one 2 weeks ago where it's an all day event and it's like all you can eat. Like if they buy a ticket, it's all you can eat all day, and they literally sit around all day spending stupid money on pull tab tickets and waiting for their number to be called to win a gun. Most people are like playing cards or talking to people under their tent. It's a great way to get in front of people and just have ridiculous conversations because they're stuck there all day. It's not like you're keeping them from something. Bingos are another one. You go help at a bingo. Meet a lot of old people, make friends with them, sell their house when they need to downsize. I don't know if that's a community event, but we're putting it in here anyway. Why not?
I think that's a community event. 'Cause I just sponsored a Adams County SPCA bingo, and the prizes were like really great Stanley stuff and Yeti stuff and all this really great prizes. So but yeah, and it was packed. There's no room for anybody in there. So it was a good day.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't hurt to wear your Iron Valley shirt to a bingo or hat. So like I do it with the Lions Club a lot, and we have to wear our Lions Club shirts with our pins and everything on, right? I'm such an old lady. I love it. Love my Lions Club. And then I'll just pull my hair up in a ponytail and put my Iron Valley hat on with it. Because I already had the Lions Club name tag and all that stuff, but it's another opportunity. And I
I
just
was
sponsored a bingo. I got all the cards, like the games printed. It was only like $70 for all the freaking tickets, and every single one of them has my business information on the back.
very nice. And I did exactly what you said, Brittany. I had on my Iron Valley t-shirt and the hat as well, walking around. And they're like, "Oh, I recognize you. You're in the flyer or the brochure or whatever." I'm like, "Yep, that's me."
Hmm. Any other community events we can think of?
I think yesterday Kurt touched on this car shows.
Yes.
So I'm hoping to do that. My husband has a car, so
Car shows are great.
I would add
Ex-
just like a regular vendor craft show
Oh, yeah.
because typically you're going there, specifically for either the vendor or the craft, and then you say, oh, well, there's a different type of business there. You might stand out a little bit more
Yep.
if you have something fun like, face painting or a spinny wheel or something.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you can even do the spinning wheel thing's good with little, if you have like, you can even get branded stuff or have your people. Like, remember, I think this is a good point. Not all of this has to be done alone. If you have a business person that you really like that supports your business, like maybe it's a lender that's your bestie, like Micah and Mike. Oh my. Um, or maybe it's your home inspector or, your photographer, whatever it is. They often have a business expense budget too for marketing, and they can partner this with you. And one of my lenders was my face painter for years. She was way more artistic than me, And I knew that. So she would set up and paint faces while I was out there talking to people and we trade off, you know. But you can ask your people to donate some marketing stuff to hand out too of theirs, and it will draw people to it. So if you do like a spinny wheel for a prize, maybe you could do like one thing and they could do another, just something. But you can do that. Yeah, the vendor shows, any of these events, you could set that up and do that. What's another thing? Oh, I've even done like baking cookies and like wrapping them in single packs or like having like two cookies in a pack. I've done that before. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. One thing I did for one event was like little candy bags that said something cutesy on the tag. All right. Any other community events?
On Saturday, in my little town, New Oxford, they're doing a market day, which is all sorts of things, just like we were just talking about vendors and craft shows. They used to call it the flea market, but now, sorry, but now it's the market day, a little fancier than flea market. But they also do one in the fall, and Tabitha and I and some other people set up last fall and handed out candy because the kids come dressed up sometimes because it's around the Halloween. But again, they don't call it Halloween. It's like fest what the heck is it? Harvest Festival or something like that. But we handed out a ton of business cards, talked to a ton of people. But you're right, keeping the kids happy is important. So we had, I mean, for lack of a better word, a lot. I mean, I was going to say something else, but a lot of candy to hand out. But I'm thinking, I'm digging the face painting. So we might have to do that this year.
The face painting is so fun. And it definitely anchors them there for a while. I do it at Christmas at our tree lighting. Um, I think it's the only one I still do, but I used to do like Canal Day in Newport, and like one of our commissioners in our county actually came up to me at the one point and was like, "Yeah, you figured out the trick early." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Lock in the kids and then the parents are stuck." And I was like, "Yep, you know it." So it is a great way to do it. I've also done, is it like a lollipop tree where they got to throw like a ring over it? The dum-dums are super cheap. So like that's always a good go-to for the kids, and kids love lollipops.
I know a lot of schools, they'll do like a spring, like a fall fest or a spring fest, like with PTO and stuff like that. So that's a good opportunity if you really want to get in front of kids too
Hmm.
and their parents.
Should I put that under community events, or should we make a category for that kind of thing?
I mean, I still consider that almost like a community fair, but it's more school sanctioned.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, someone said church festivals.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, what did somebody said Third in the Berg is every month.
What is that?
That's a Harrisburg event. So Harrisburg Magazine and the Berg says consistently inform of community events and volunteering opportunities.
Yeah, that was me. I'm just now realizing that not everyone is going to be in the same area, but I think most places will have like their own local paper that hopefully it will keep you up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, and Kayla said kids sports events.
Yeah, I was gonna do that as a like probably a subcategory. Sports, because this is a whole nother thing. It doesn't have to just be kids sports. This is gonna be a whole nother crazy category that causes events and stuff too. Because believe it or not, people like to do this crazy sport. I don't know. I've never tried it.
Golf.
That creates a ton of opportunities. I do know that. I know a ton of people that attend different golfing events. And Gar has one where they have like businesses sponsor the holes and stuff for charity, but there are tons of different charity golf events around. And I hear that that's what there's a lot of people that really like that sport. So what other, like, I think kids sporting events is a good thing too, but I think that we look so much like we've talked a lot as a group about sponsoring your kids' sports and things like that, that we've never really looked at other opportunities with sports that people might like as well. Um, so I'll put youth sports teams in there. But I know some agents that have sponsored
Race cars.
race cars. That's what I was going to say. Dirt track racing. Um, you don't have to sponsor it though. Here's the thing. Every Friday night, somewhere, Williams Grove, Port Royal, there's a bunch of them. I don't know any others than that because I don't travel, but I'm sure that they're all over the place. All these people line up and go into the stadium and watch these races. Opportunities there are, again, you're around people. If you're wearing your stuff, you're going to have conversations. But if you go enough, you can start creating relationships. Maybe they'll let you set up, maybe you can donate water bottles and have your face on them. Maybe you can set up like an info booth or something fun to do with the kids that are there. Because there's a ton of kids there with the headphones on, trying to block out the sound. And then maybe you'll get a sponsor opportunity. That whole place is lined with banners the whole way around the track with businesses. And it's all about who you know. So you get in there, maybe they're not going to charge you an arm and a leg to get that sponsor banner up there. Um, but there's just so many opportunities at things like this, and I think that we don't look at them like that. Like any of these things that we're going to do to have fun can be a marketing opportunity for you. And it comes down to what I always say about being unapologetically you. Whatever makes your soul happy the most, whatever makes you your happiest that isn't work, if you find a way to incorporate that, I mean, of course, mental health is key and there should always be division. Go have fun too. I'm not saying just work all the time. But when you're doing something that you're super passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. It's fun. And I think like that's the big thing I want to show you with this summer is that you don't have to sit in the office from 8 to 5, cooped up, working at your computer trying to get clients. You can be out and about having fun and get more clients. What other sports? What about baseball? Is there like adult baseball league still? What other sports are there? I'm not athletic, so I really need you guys to help me out here.
Cornhole leagues.
Oh, yes, there you go. I can play that one sometimes.
Pickleball.
Oh, I forgot them.
Last year I joined a women's soccer league to try to drum up some business because I wanted to be active again. And then I was like, oh, let me join a women's soccer league because I miss playing soccer, but I was not built out for that. But I did talk to a lot of people and meet some people.
Yeah, I can't. That's awesome that you tried that.
Bowling,
Yeah.
bowling league. I would say any of these that have shirts that maybe you can sponsor, like sometimes they'll put the sponsors on the back of the shirt. Now they're wearing your shirt with your name all over it.
Bowling leagues are like intense too. When like I bowled for a little bit and these people like all the teams know that like this is the day that they're signing up for and they're there every single season or whatever on that day. And they all become super close friends because they see each other all the time. And like they get competitive between the different lanes and all because you rotate which teams you're playing. I shouldn't know all this, but it's a great way to get connected. If you make your team, make a team with your friend agents, and then make it something corny about Iron Valley or something. And next thing you know, you're having fun. It doesn't really matter if you win or lose, right? And you're meeting all these other people from all these other teams. So, bowling leagues are a whole big thing. And yes, sponsoring shirts too. Is pickleball spelled like normal pickles?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna say it better be because that's just what it's gonna say. Oh yeah, pickleball. There are pickleball communities. I just found this out. Some of you might already know, but they have like group chats that they'll like wake up in the morning and be like, "Yeah, the weather's good. Let's go out and I do some pickleballing." That's not the word for it. Um, but yeah, like if that's something that you're passionate about, you can get involved in one of those groups. Anything else? All right, let's switch to. I had an idea and then it just went away. Hold on. Um,
About camps, summer camps.
yeah, summer camps. We've got one that I was thinking of earlier. Right now is the time. All them signs are out right now. Vacation Bible schools are everywhere. If this is your thing, um, you can see if they need anything donated to them to make their experience any better, right? Like water. Water's a big thing. What other types of summer camps are there?
Cheer camp.
Yeah, I was just gonna say marching band. Band camp is
Yeah.
coming,
Band camp.
guys. This
Band
one
camp.
time at band camp, I know, that's all I've ever heard my entire life. Again, both of these camps, they run for great periods of time with young people in them. So even if it's not that you're marketing to the young people, just supporting the organizations and asking if there's anything they need, asking if they have enough snacks or enough water or whatever, because they're going to be out in the heat. So it's a great opportunity, or maybe they just need some supervision. You never know. What other types of summer camps? Um,
Perry County Day Camp. Like I used to volunteer there when my kids were little because it allowed my kids to go for free. And then I got to meet other parents and I could, wear my logo wear and strike up conversations. I'm sure there's other day camps like that.
yeah, so I'm gonna put this out here. I'll probably not put Perry County Day Camp now that I think about it. So what Perry County Day Camp is at Little Buffalo, right? That's the one?
Yes.
Why don't you tell them about it? That's a better idea. What is it?
Oh, I mean, really, it's just a volunteer. So they give you usually an age group. It goes by grade level. You're there the whole entire week and you're pretty much there for almost the whole entire day. And, it incorporates some nature activities, but then they also hike and take a walk to the Little Buffalo pool and spend time there. And yeah, when the kids they loved it when the kids were little. And honestly, I found enjoyment because there was activities for them to do. There was fun times for them to do. They brought a lunch. We'd had lunch. Like I felt like I lived out my teaching, my dream of being a teacher. I lived it out for that week. So yeah, it's a great way to give back and, in my case, like allow my kids to go and support a good organization.
All right.
What about holiday parades?
Yes, that's a great one. I just did this. 4th of July is coming. It's America's 250th birthday. There's a parade committee in town. I've been working in my community for many years, so I'm on the planning committee for mine, but you could even just show up and have something patriotic and have a float. You could just walk around in the parade. Like I know that they're doing like contests for most patriotic, and they're just dressing up in suits that, Very patriotic. I can't even imagine the stuff that I'm gonna see at this thing. It's gonna be great. But if there's something you like too, like there's tons of tractors and motorcycles and cars and all those things in those parades. So get involved and reach out and be in one of them. If you want to do something, I actually was able to find the little American flags. So I donated them um, as a sponsored thing. Now, here's the thing about the American flag. Technically, you're not allowed to use it in marketing. So I thought about putting my information somewhere attached to it. However, it is highly frowned upon by people in the service community to have any type of marketing on an American flag. So don't do it. Um, let's see, what else? And now's the time to prepare too. Like, yes, it's summer and we've got all these things coming down the line now, but we've got Halloween. And if you do want to do something bigger or get involved, a lot of times the Halloween parade committees start forming in July and August because they have to get everything ready to go. They have to get permits to shut down roads and all that stuff. So it is a good time to start these things now. Same with like fall fests. You know, if you've got like Pumpkin Fest, Apple Fest, Heritage Days. Like, there's tons of different community events out there for the fall. And now's the time to start getting in touch with the people who run them. If you want to have a booth or you want to, have some type of involvement, this is the time to get figuring out how to get involved. What about open houses that are like a block party? Somebody had said, I know many people who have set up a canopy out in front of the house, set up a table, turned on a big Bluetooth speaker with some music, had some fun stuff going on, and just made it a party. Made all the neighbors come in. I mean, obviously, don't make it so loud that they're coming to freak out on you for being loud, but have them all come and see what's going on, why you're having so much fun. Somebody also the other day, actually, I had two people say that they have friends that run food trucks. And can you get a food truck out on the street for an open house? Why not? If you check, I mean, throw a block party and have an open house. That's a great way to at least make an impact on the community, right? Do open houses always sell the house that's on the market? No. However, if you make a big impression on the town around that house in a good way, there's a good chance they'll be like, I'm going to use that agent. They had a lot of fun. What other ideas do we have? Pop buys. Let's talk about pop buys because that's, yes, pop buys. We'll do that way. That looks better. All right. Um, this is a perfect time for some really fun pop buys. You've got Father's Day. That's this weekend, right? Yes, it's this weekend. So Father's Day, you can go through your sphere of influence, find all the fathers in there, and drop by with a little something that's just cute that says, "Hey, happy Father's Day." Again, you don't have to spend a ton of money on these. I like my Popeyes need to be within like $1 to $3 tops. They never go over $3 a piece. And the only time that it is at the higher end is if I'm doing less. So if it's like Father's Day, but I only have so many fathers, I will spend more and do like a $3 thing. But if it's like a mass one that I'm doing as many as possible, I'll try to keep it lower cost with like $1 a piece. Then you've got the 4th of July.
That's one more.
There are so many cool things you can do for the 4th of July. Sparklers, firecrackers, American flags. Like literally go to any Dollar Tree right now. Any of it. Just buy any of it. I don't care if you want them to be like a little crown thing with like stars that stick out of your head. Like there is so much stuff in there that's $1.25 a piece. And if you think it's cutesy, just do it. it is never a bad idea to stop by somebody's house or, maybe they're having like a picnic and you get invited to it. Like I'm going to a graduation party this weekend. You bet your butt I'm taking little gifts for people. I'm gonna be handing them out. Like you can make these things anything you want it to be. What other graduation parties? I was another. I'm not saying market at a graduation party. That's probably bad. Kind of like your family picnic way. Let's just keep it like, if you're at the picnic, talk about it. We won't put that on there. It seems a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Conceited. There we go. Um, what else? Then there's of course Labor Day. What other holidays are over the summer? Is that it? Well, here's another one you could do. As as your clients' kids are getting ready to go off to college, you could do like a little college lunch kit, like a little box of like food for a little bit, like ramens and all, right? Because college is that's the time to eat ramens. I tell my daughter all the time, you need to settle down on how many ramens you have now. You're not gonna want them later. But little college welcome kits, maybe like, make it cutesy, put some Tylenol in there, like a little like, you know, college welcome kit. Any other ideas, guys, for summer events?
You could also start looking at your marketing for back to school.
Hmm.
And but do something like, even a backpack drive or even if
Hmm.
even teachers, like supporting teachers. I know a lot of teachers have to buy their supplies. Maybe you do a crayon drive or I don't know, something to support them.
Yeah, and you can blast it out on social media and have like a drop site. Like if you don't want people knowing where your house is, talk to your office admin, see if it's okay to have like a drop box there. Blast it out on social media, say that this is a drop location. I know GAR does that for our area and in the Carlisle area, and we always have the box that goes back to them. But there's nothing stopping you from doing that yourself as well.
I know in the past, I primarily did it for like Teacher Appreciation Week, but why couldn't you do it for back to school to the teachers? Like I splurged a little bit and I did crumble because I crumble cookie. You can get the little mini cookies. But I did an order and dropped it off at it was when my kids were in the middle school and gave all the teachers the opportunity to go and get crumble cookie as a, thank you for teacher appreciation, but you could do that as a back to school thing too. Not get your name out there because they're like, who the heck brought us crumble? Like they're the best.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm looking back through my list to make sure there was nothing else that I wanted to highlight that I missed. All right. Anything else anybody else wants to add for summer? That's a pretty good list to start. What do you guys think? Gives us plenty of opportunities. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. We're gonna do our rapid fire questions.
Brittany, before you do that,
Yeah.
there was a question that you might want to answer as far as where do you get Iron Valley swag and shirts?
Oh, this is a great, yeah, you're right. You're right. This is a very good question. On the IVRE Connect website, there's all the different links to Markful, Fast Signs, like all the different companies, and you can get that merchandise on there. It is really important that you try to stick with one of the approved suppliers because they have all of our logos and our like the important thing with Iron Valley is that you're aspect ratios and everything have to be right, and the colors have to be right. So all of those suppliers on there have exactly what's needed, and they've all been approved by corporate and the owners.
And I do believe still, if you're in the Carlisle office, we still have our closet that may have some
It's
Iron Valley.
getting down to the slim pickings of the shirts because I think I bought
Okay.
like 7.
Mm.
There's several of us that keep coming in here and forgetting a shirt and then throwing a 20 at Diane and walking out with a shirt. And the one day, John Lindemolder and I both did it. So they're getting a little slim, but there are still some here. Yeah, so for the rapid fire questions, where was that good one I found? True or false? Every marketing opportunity has to cost money to be effective. Izzy,
False.
you're right. You have a $50 budget. Would you spend it on a Facebook ad or sponsoring a local event? Jen,
Sponsor a local event
why?
because then you get to talk to more people face to face.
So you're at a town fair. What is more valuable, handing out 50 business cards or having 10 meaningful conversations? Krista.
Conversations because those 10 business or the 50 business cards could just go in the trash. The 10 conversations could actually get somewhere.
Yep, exactly. All right. I love it, guys. I'm going to get this document pushed out to you guys. And then what I want to do is next week on Thursday, we're going to be working on IVRE Connect. But when we start that meeting, I want to go round robin of all the people and say what community, like what summer marketing opportunity you decide to put into play this next week. Okay. So I want you all to do something. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to be like, yeah, I dropped $1,000 to sponsor the Shippensburg Fair. Please don't. Please don't. But come up with something cool and unique. But this is the key part to it. Anybody who does this and does it with something that is unapologetically you gets 2 points on the leaderboard. So I want to hear your ideas. I want to see what you do. Pictures count, all the things, but the stipulation is that it has to make sense for who you are as a person, okay? That's what I want. All right. I'll see you guys all later.
That way.
Thank you.